Come on, because some of us get attacked in our body, in our finances, our family get attacked. You got to recognize when you step up to the plate to serve God, you are going to be attacked from every direction. That's the reason you can't be no pushover. See, I got to get you excited about knowing that whatever you do for God, it is not in vain. Because if you don't understand this, when challenges come, you won't step up to the plate because you're going to feel that what I'm doing for God is not paying off. So why continue to do it? That's how a lot of people are when they begin to be challenged. And let me say to you, serving God, a ministry can be challenging. I was trying to listen to how many amens I was going to get. Ministry can be challenging. Can I take it a step further, church? Ministry can be demanding. Ministry will put a demand on your time. Will put a demand on your resources. Will put a demand on your finances. Doing ministry and doing it right is demanding. Takes a whole lot out of you. Can I go a step further tonight? Life, in and of itself, can be challenging. Some of you going through stuff tonight. And you're in a challenging time. But we can't let the fact that we're being challenged cause us to feel like our labor or what we do for God is in vain. You can't do it. And guess what? There are a whole lot of you out there, you don't like to be challenged. You love staying in your little comfort zone, in your little lane. But this your God is, he's saying to some of us already tonight, I'm finna challenge you. I done put something in you. I done invested in you. I done taught you. I done showed you. I done blessed you. And now I'm about to challenge you. And if you don't know, can I say it like the old folk you say? If you don't know that you know that you know that you know that what you do for God is not vain, you will not meet that challenge. And because we begin to feel like some of the things we were doing this year wasn't paying off, many of you cease doing it. You got to check this out now. Hebrews 6:10. For God is not unjust to forget your work and labor of love, which you have shown toward his name. Notice what the Hebrew writer said. In that you have ministered to the saints and do minister. And we desire that each one of you show the same diligence to the full assurance of hope until the end. Don't want nobody to quit. That you do not become sluggish, but imitate those who through faith and patience inherit the promises. Tell your neighbor, this year, you got to imitate the right folk. Tell your neighbor, this year, you got to copy the right people. You got to get your eye on the right people. That means take your eye off the wrong folk. You got to put your eye on people who through faith and patience, they are inheriting the promises of God. Because when you set your eye on the right people or the right examples, it will encourage you in your work. Some of you know I'm right. Notice what he says, though. Do not become sluggish. Because remember, when it comes to purpose, God has purpose for us to do things in the church and outside of the church. And so it's important when you set your mind or your heart to fulfill purpose that you don't become sluggish, that you don't get lazy and have a lack of energy when it comes to doing what God wants you to do. We can't be sluggish this year. You have to know whatever God has set before you, that's the primary thing in your life. That's the most important thing I need to do is what God wants me to do. Because anytime you will set your heart or your mind to make God's business priority, can I share something with you tonight? He'll always take care of your business. He'll always make sure you have what you need. Whenever he see you to the point to where you saying, God, I'm going to put you first. He going to take care of you. Am I right about that? But notice, we have to be careful that we don't become sluggish. And so when it comes to serving God, understand we have to be diligent in the work. Now, in order to be persistent and diligent, you're going to have to stay focused this year. Because a lot of things are going to try to break your focus. A lot of distractions going to try to come and cause you not to operate with diligence. But remember again, the hand of a diligent man will be made rich. And so that's the reason God wants us this year to be steadfast, to be persistent, or to operate in diligence this year in the things that he wants us to do. Okay? Now also he said be immovable, which has to do with we have to be unwavering this year. In time past, a lot of us, we wavered on things. We allow things to move us. We can't do that this year. You got to know the will of God for your life. Know the will of God for your family. Know the will of God for your business. And be unmovable. Stand on the promises of God until every one of them manifests. Know when something is trying to move you, it's not worth letting it do so. I've got to be immovable. Can I break that down? That means this year, we can't be pushovers. Some of us was a pushover in this past year. God give you a word. You get happy about it at church. Trouble show up and just push you around. You was a pushover. Start out believing. Get 2 negative reports and start crying. You wasn't nothing but a pushover. Got all that talk. But trouble know you're a pushover. I'm going to do. I'm going to be. Oh, you ain't going to do nothing, you pushover. We don't need leaders who are pushovers this year. We don't need a fireball minister praying on Sunday. But Sunday evening, he or she a pushover. I'll come your way. We don't need deacons receiving the offering this year and then challenges arising in their life and they acting like pushovers. Come on. Come on. Because some of us get attacked in our body, in our finances, our family get attacked. You got to recognize when you step up to the plate to serve God, you are going to be attacked from every direction. That's the reason you can't be no pushover. Imagine if I was a pushover trying to lead a group of people. It ain't going to work. Because the enemy always start attacking those out front. That's when the closer you get to the pastor, the closer you line up, you going to be attacked. Am I right? Tell your neighbor, be steadfast. Be immovable.